Well, welcome, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I'm enjoying mine. I hope you're safe and healthy and that your family is safe and healthy and you guys are all enjoying it. Welcome, Donnell, 140th Street. Glenn Costin, welcome. Malik Shabazz, Grand Rising, welcome to you. Lee Thomas, welcome to you. I hope all of you are enjoying your weekend and that your family and you are healthy and safe out here today. We are just going to be reviewing what we went through this week. The three things. Right now, I want to start off with the PSA, the public service announcement that we gave earlier this week. Whenever there is a void in Knicks Nation, and what I mean by that, I mean there's no games, there's no practices, there's no preseason. What's up, Jay Sniper? There's nothing going on. At that time, because there are people. What's up, Ron Cohen, Gopher McCorbett, Jeff Abramson, Omar Murray? What's up to y'all? Kobar Dobbins, Shifty Lee, Picks for Timmy. What's up, brother Lonnie? Lion of Judah, Tony Tippins, Blair V, Joseph Valdemio. Okay, I hope I got that right. Visions. Fredley Dubusin. I hope I got that right. What's up, y'all? So because there's a void in Knicks action, it's not playoffs, obviously. It's not draft season. It's not free agent season. It's not summer league, and it's not the regular season. And pretty much there's no more trades coming. Well, there's no more trades coming until the trade deadline time. Starting December 15th. Because all of that is the case, and we have Jabroni Z, what's up? Anthony DeCaesar, what's up? So because we have nothing really going on, there's really nothing to talk about. I went through every every player in the rotation in the last 2 weeks, and then we talked about what we're dealing with right now, which what I call is the second stage of BS season. There's a BS season that generally takes place around trade deadline time, where people start bringing up the stupidest trades. I saw one that the Knicks must do this trade. The Knicks cannot refuse this trade. There's some idiots out here. And me, myself, I understand if they got to make money by selling the BS because that's what they do. Maybe that's their full-time job. It's not my full-time job. I have a job. And so, this is fun. And now, that I've got a lot of subscribers, I'm making a little bit of money from it, but it's nothing that's going to make or break me. So it's not like I need to say something that doesn't need to be said, right? I didn't see, what did Randle say? And are you sure it's Randle? That's the thing, too. People be attributing quotes to brothers that they never said it, or somebody told them they said it. And that mess spreads real fast. Somebody says so-and-so said this or so-and-so said that, and they ain't say nothing. And all of a sudden it becomes the quote of the player, and then people are making judgments on the player. So my man just said, did you see that quote by Randle? I'm looking in Ian Begley. I don't see a Randle quote. Where was the Randle quote? Where is it at? Tell me where it is. Is it, who is it? It's IG, on his IG? No, I don't get Instagram, so I don't know that one. I don't get Instagram. Let me see, Julius. Let me see if I can find it reposted on. Did his wife repost it on maybe on Twitter? Let me see, Julius Randle. Let's take a look. Jay Randle. I see Randle. I don't see nothing on Twitter. So like y'all said, maybe on Instagram. I don't see it. I don't know what he said. Okay, let me say it for the 1,000th time. Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Let me say it for the 1,000th time. Are y'all ready? You ready? The Knicks are not trading Julius Randle. Let me say that again. Just to make sure everybody got it. The Knicks are not trading Julius Randle. And let me add to that. Are you ready? Anybody that implies with their platform that the Knicks would think about trading Julius Randle is full of ish, a big pile of dog ish. Let me say it again. Anybody that would imply that the Knicks are trading or thinking about trading Julius Randle, like Brian Windbag, it's full of a big pile of dog doo-doo. I'm not even going to say cow doo-doo because that's too good. Or bull doo-doo, that's too good. It's dog doo-doo. It's German Shepherd poo-poo. So can we stop now? Okay? Everything. Y'all got me? All right? Man, it's amazing. You know, what's that for? Yeah, Brian Windbag, you know, he's got an extras in contract. Brian Windbag need to go hit the gym or something. Do something. Use this time to go hit the gym instead of coming out with this crap. Use this time to get on that treadmill. Use this time to consult a nutritionist and get something for yourself done aside from blowing dirty air both out your behind and your mouth. Why don't we just, you know, go do something positive for yourself? Okay, something positive. And this is what I mean when I say BS season, because that's what it is. People ain't got nothing to talk about, and they get out of control, and it's out of control. Now, let's talk about Juju. Okay. Aside from, Juju too busy at Roy Rogers, or he too busy at Baskin Robbins. You know, he need to come correct and leave that mess alone, man. And just, you know, go get some steak and some do some keto, you know, do a good walk out there. Get some stretching done. Do something, man, aside from blow dirty air out your mouth, especially when it comes to the New York Knicks. Let's talk about Juju for a minute. Let's talk about Juju. And this is the thing, Jay Sniper. Stuff like that, where anytime somebody says a light thing about anybody, it makes everybody concerned. What the hell are you concerned about? What the hell? Let's talk about Juju. Julius Randle coming off a 46-game season where he wrecked his shoulder. We all saw the play. It was a dirty play. And he wrecked his shoulder, okay? And that was it. But that's not the normal Juju season. Juju is generally like a brick doo-doo house, can be depended on for 70, 75 games a year, generally. You know, aside from his rookie year, he generally is that strong dude, man. So he's coming back. The Knicks finally have a team that can compete for a championship. And Julius Randle's place in that team is the power forward position, right? I don't think any idiot that has any kind of sense, let me not, because I've seen some stupidness come out, but most people with common sense know that he is the starting power forward on a team that's capable of winning it all. Part of the reason they are capable, that even their detractors talking about, even I saw Ian Begley talked about them as top 3 in the East, and he was being conservative. I'm going to say top 2 in the East, them in Boston. But one of the reasons the Knicks are in that position is because they can pretty much count on 20 points and 10 rebounds from the power forward position every single night. Y'all got that? They can pretty much count on 20 points and 10 boards from the power forward position. And not only that, they can count on 20 points, 10 rebounds, about 4 assists from Julius Randle every night. Okay? If you think that's easy, y'all don't know the league. This is the league, man. This is the league. Okay? So this cat, and I would say it was candy stats when he was in New Orleans and when he first came to the Knicks, but not for no playoff team. That ain't no damn candy stats. Okay, that's real deal, grown man, power forward dude, man. So that's that. So they built this squad, and they got a guy that's 30 years old, which is for Thibs, that's a dream come true. 30-year-old player in his prime for Thibs, that's a veteran right there. So you got a team that includes this automatic situation right here. Why would anybody that got any goddamn sense think about trading him? Like, for what? Oh, you're going to get Giannis? Oh, you think Milwaukee's going to go for that? See, there are knuckleheads out here that say, oh, yeah, we'll trade him for Giannis. Really? You think Milwaukee would do that? There's nobody out here that's literally available that I would trade Julius Randle for. Aside from Giannis, okay? Aside from him. That's it. As far as power forwards, that's it. Maybe Giannis. Anthony Davis, no, I wouldn't do it. I'm keeping Juju. Okay. So, and that's another thing. People that call themselves Knicks fans. Listen, Knicks fans. Listen to me, everybody that's a Knicks fan. What the hell? Do you think they're supposed to have 12 All-Stars? And each of the All-Stars play 30 minutes? That's what some people think. Like, oh, we're weak at the point guard position. What are we gonna do? Why? Because we don't have two All-Stars at the point guard? I mean, what the hell, man? It's like, I'll be like, damn. So, no, the power forward position is set. There's nothing to talk about. Only thing to talk about with the power forward position on the Knicks is, and this is just a nuance, is Thibs and Ju going to agree, if they do, that Ju should really play about 30 to 32 minutes a game. Okay? That's all that's really the only question. Because if you bring him in like 30, 32, then you could put Precious and you could put Jericho in there and you could get them in tandem, for like 15 minutes, which might be tremendous, So that's what I'm saying. So, and I'm talking about an average, right? So it's 48 minutes at the power forward position. If you paid him 32, you got another 16. And that gives Thibs a whole lot of options because he likes to play Josh Hart at the 4. He likes to do that, and he does it successfully. So you could play Josh Hart. You could play a tandem of Jericho at the 4 or 5 and Precious on the other side. That gives you a lot of options, and it kind of preserves Juju at age 30, in his prime to do what he does, And so I don't understand why anybody would, in a year, like I could see, let's say the Knicks have won the championship, and let's say they won the championship, right? And then you play another year and they come close but don't win it. And then there's 2 years. So now you're 2 years removed from a championship and Randle's 32. You might talk about it then. Okay? But right now, when you're in the thick of being a top 3 or 4 team in the East, you got people talking about trading a key piece. That's what I'm saying. And this is the thing, man. When Isaiah Thomas ran the Knicks, I respect Isaiah Thomas, Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame talent evaluator in terms of drafting talent. He's really good at that. But as a general manager, president of basketball operations, he sucked. He was the worst thing that happened to the Knicks. Okay? So people that hated and doubted with him, I get it. Okay? Or Glenn Grunwald, I get it. He will never live down that trade with the Raptors. He will never live that down. That was a horrible, horrible trade. So I get that, okay? Or whoever that idiot was from Utah that traded Patrick Ewing, and then and then Phil Jackson falling asleep in meetings and draft and scouting and stuff. I get all that, okay? So if you want to hate or doubt for that, I get it. But this is our 4th season with Thibs. No, wait. Yeah, this is our, 1, 2, 3. This is our 5th season with Thibs, right? Am I right about that? So the first year he got 41 wins, second year 37, third year 47, last year 50. So this is our 5th season with Thibs. If you don't know we got a team by now, you ain't never going to know. And that's why some knucklehead came on my channel and left this comment. I can't wait for the season to start so we can see how overrated the Knicks are. I deleted that immediately. Whoever did that, you ain't going to see that. You know why? Because at this stage, there's no such thing as overrated with the Knicks. The Knicks are a top team in the NBA, and they have earned that status. The Don has redid this whole organization with the blessing of Dolan, and you got a top to bottom new culture, a top to bottom with everybody on the same page. You got a team, okay? You got a team. Yeah, I don't know, Jay. I don't know what he was, but what he is absent because he's out of here. I'm not having it, okay? I'm not having it because this team, nobody should be doubting what this team could do. Nobody should be doubting what this team could do because we have a squad. And the thing is, it took 4 full seasons of drafting, trading, all of that development to get to where we at right now. They have 4 seasons, Wallflower, under the books already, and 3 of the 4 were over 500. There was the 37 and 45 year that we had Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. That was a 37 win season. But every other season, they were 41 and 31 in the 72 game season. They were 47 and 25. 47 and 35 in the third season, and this past season they were 50 and 32. So nobody should have nothing to say. And at this point, the team you got is what you want to go to war with. And why would you break up that chemistry? For what? What, for an NBA 2K trade? Because Brian Windbag said something? What the hell? Like I said, the only weakness that the Knicks have is the possibility of injury. That's it. I heard somebody say the other day, and I respect the channel, and I'm not going to name it, but I had to turn it off as soon as he said it. The only weakness the Knicks have is at center and that point guard. I was like, I'm tired of hearing that. So what does Deuce have to do? Score 50 a game for somebody to believe he could ball and we don't need another point guard? What does he have to do? Huh? I don't understand. The boy shot 40% from 3, 86% from the line, lockdown defense, and people are still talking about we got a weakness at the point guard. I don't want to hear that no more. I'm just not even trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not even trying to hear it, man. I'm just not. I'm listening to what Tom Thibodeau says, and that's it. No, Tyler Colette, he's not even insurance. You know why? Look. Let's talk about the point guard for a second. See, this is the thing. What I love about these Knicks, this organization, is they're pretty predictable. If you take off the fantasy bullcrap and you just look at their history of how they did things and how they move, you don't have to guess about stuff. For example, when Deuce was a rookie, I think he played 9 minutes a game, maybe less than that. When he was and why? Because they had Kemba Walker, they had Emmanuel Quickly, right? And then when Thibs announced after 30 games that Kemba was not only not starting, he's out of the rotation. Thibs said that just like that. He said, no, he's out of the rotation. So then he put Alec Burks in at the starting point guard position, if you recall. And then he had Emmanuel Quickly and then Deuce. And that was on a team that won 37 games. That was Deuce's first year, okay? That was on a team that won 37 games, okay? So then last year, this past season, last year was Deuce's 3rd season. It's the Jalen Brunson era. So you start in Jalen Brunson. You start off the year with Emmanuel Quickly and then Deuce. That's how it was. Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickly, then Deuce. Okay, it's the 3rd season last year. So now Quickly gets traded. And in the same weekend they traded Quickly, they extended Deuce. And everybody that was paying attention knows, so they plan on keeping Deuce long term. So they just traded Quickly, who got $175 million. Deuce got 3 years, 13 million. Like Quickly's gonna make in a month what Deuce is gonna make for the next 3 years. So they got Deuce locked down. Then they went and traded with Detroit and got Alec Burks, right? And everybody, and not me, but if y'all recall, everybody was like, "Oh, Burks gonna be the backup point guard. There go Deuce. Deuce is the odd man out." I heard that. It was driving me crazy. I don't know if y'all heard it when they got Burks. Deuce is the odd man out, and I don't know where he's gonna get minutes. Y'all remember that? It didn't take long, and you ain't even see. You'd be like, "Where's Burks at? Sitting on the end of the bench? Why? Because Deuce is balling." And then after a while, even Ian Begley said Deuce outplayed Burks. That's why Deuce is playing. So why in the hell does anybody think that Thibs is going to go from developing this kid and all of a sudden he's he's losing minutes to some damn rookie who never played a minute in the NBA? Let me tell you how this is going to work, just based on what I just told you. This is the pecking order. So you got Brunson starting at the point guard. The backup point guard is Deuce McBride. And then Campaign. Y'all forgot about Cameron Payne. Campaign is behind Deuce. Huh? And then Tyler Kolek. That's the pecking order. And Deuce is going to play point guard and off guard. He's going to play both. Just like he did last year, just like he did the year before. This ain't new. He's going to be whenever Brunson is not starting, Deuce starts. And that's when you'll see Cameron Payne get some playing time. You ain't going to see Tyler Kolek, if you recall, in Deuce's rookie year and in his second year. Deuce McBride was averaging 29 and 10. He busted 40 one night and then came right up to the Knicks and didn't play. Okay, or played a minute. So Kolek has got to wait at least. So you got Brunson at age 28. You got Deuce at age 24. Okay, Kolek has got to wait, I don't know, 2 more seasons. That's if he balls out in the G League this year. Let's give him that. Let's say Kolek balls out in the G League this year. Then he's got to wait 2 more seasons before he starts to see even 8 or 9 minutes again. That's where he's at right now. So he'll be like 25 years old, and he'll be trying to get 8 or 9 minutes a game on the Knicks. That's how this is going to work. And let me tell you something else that many people don't even know or not even paying attention to. Let me ask you a question. Are y'all ready for the question? How many of y'all think Kolek played NBA level defense in the summer league? Wait, I wanted to ask y'all this question. How many of y'all think Tyler Kolek played NBA level defense in the summer league? How many? Did he play? We're not talking about the league now. We're talking about summer league. We're not talking about the league. We're talking about summer league. I'm saying, did he play NBA level defense in the summer league? Okay. Let me ask you another question. Did Deuce McBride play NBA level defense when he played summer league? Did he play NBA level defense because Deuce McBride averaged 15, 16 a game in the summer league when he played? Okay, so now, wait a minute. I'm not done yet. Wait a minute. Let me ask you this question. So do you think that Tyler Kolek can be as good as Jalen Brunson? Is Tyler Kolek Jalen Brunson? I want to ask you that question. Do y'all think he can be as good as Jalen Brunson? Do y'all think he's going to be like that level? Can he be Jalen Brunson? Can he be Jalen Brunson? Can Tyler Kolek be Jalen Brunson? Let me make this more fair. Wallflower, I agree with you. Let me make this more fair. In 3 years, 3 seasons from now, can Tyler Kolek be? Because that's about what it took Jalen Brunson to become Jalen Brunson, like his 3rd year, right? So in 3 seasons, can he be Jalen Brunson? Okay, right. So look, let me ask you one more question. So let's go with what we got right now. Okay, let's go with what we got right now. I think we agree that Tyler Kolek cannot play right now NBA level defense. And I think we agree that it will take at least 3 years for him to be able to approach what Jalen Brunson is. right? So let's assume Tyler Kolek averages 20 a game in G League and plays no defense. Do you think he's going to play for the New York Knicks? He averages 20 a game in G League and he plays no defense. No, he's not going to see the court for a minute, man. I'm trying to tell you. Now, I don't know if he, I'm going to say it like this. And again, to be like what Wellflower implied or alluded to, maybe he develops, NBA level defense. Because the Knicks do have a nice coaching system. They do. What's his name? What's the boy name? The Asian man? He's really good, man. The Asian man that be running the summer league. What's his name, man? He's on the tip of my tongue. There you go. He's a great coach. Dice Yoshimoto. He's a great coach. I love him as a coach. Okay, so maybe he can, maybe he could develop Kolek, and I'm sure they're going to try. But it's going to, even in the best case scenario, you're talking about him not really seeing the court for about 3 seasons, maybe in his 3rd season. 2 full seasons, then maybe in his 3rd season, he might see some playing time. But that's going to be tough. It's not going to be a given. So anybody thinking that Kolek will see any time this year is deluded. It's not going to happen. Okay. It's not going to happen. Okay. Right. Right. No, but seriously, I mean, oh man. Diamond Holdings, I'm not doubting what you said. Y'all see what Diamond Holdings said? Kolek getting traded for Kessler. I'm not going to front it, but look, seriously, that even sounds half fair, because I will say this. I'm gonna give Kolek this prop. I think Kolek has better NBA potential than Emmanuel Mudiay did. I'm gonna say that. I say, as an NBA point guard, I think Kolek has more NBA potential than Emmanuel Mudiay did. I think Emmanuel Mudiay came out too soon. He was too young. He needed the money, and I can't fault him. His family was struggling. So to get that $5 million from China and then to come over in the first round, with the, I forgot who drafted him first, but whoever got him, I hear that. You got to get that money. But Kolek has probably a better ceiling in the NBA, in my view, than Emmanuel Mudiay, as far as a point guard, right? So that being it was Denver, right? So that being the case, maybe, it sounds like a close to fair deal. You might have to throw in a 2nd rounder with Kolek to get Walker Kessler, but you are dealing with the Ripper, and the Ripper ain't taking it. That's the problem. See, I think that would be a fair deal. You throw in a 2nd round pick with Kolek and you get Walker Kessler. I think that's a fair deal, but you're dealing with Jack the Ripper over there, and he not only don't want a fair deal. He wants to win the trade, period. Yeah. Dirty Danny. He don't want no fair deal. And the Don ain't taking no shorts either. So I don't think that's going to happen. See, the Don ain't taking, I would think that's a fair deal. Send Tyler Kolek over there for him with 2nd round pick. Done. Get that done, man. I'll throw in Hoop Party too. Take him too. But we're dealing with Jack the Ripper over there. It ain't, like I said, he ain't interested in a fair trade. He ain't like that. He interested in ripping you off, raping you, dogging you, and then taking your best. That's what he wants. But hey, that's why we got the Don. That ain't gonna happen. The Don don't care. You just walk away, click, bye. When you serious, come back to me. When you stop drinking, come back to me and we could talk. Don ain't happy. So Tyler Kolek is not going to be seeing the floor this year. But like I said, that's good in the sense that it gives Tyler Kolek a lot of G League minutes so that he could develop. That's what you want, y'all. You want him to develop. He is older. When Deuce was a rookie, Deuce was 20. I think Deuce was 20. Okay, so Deuce was a kid, really. I mean, he's still a kid, but he was a kid then. Tyler Kolek ain't no kid, and he is not at Deuce's level. See, so anyway, that's what I'm saying. So I am thinking about no Kolek. You're talking about Brunson, Deuce, and then Campaign. You know, if Brunson is out, you're going to have Deuce and Campaign. And look, I wouldn't even put it past Thibs to keep Deuce out there with what's his name, Devo, and just run them. I wouldn't put it past him to do that. You know, Thibs, man, and he'll be sitting Campaign too. I wouldn't put it past him. You know how Thibs is. Y'all know how Thibs is. So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, if Colette could become, see, I don't want anybody to not just disrespect, but don't sleep on TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell, man, he worked his behind off to get where he's at, to become what he has become. That's a real NBA story right there. TJ McConnell has worked his tail off to become what he is. And he is a very solid backup point guard. Very solid, which is why Indiana is so strong, because they got him as the backup. They still got Nimhart, right? They still got Nimhart. And there was another cat, Shepard, I think. They got a solid backcourt crew. And then, of course, Halliburton. They got a solid backcourt in Indiana. And then you're talking about Mathurin coming back at the 2-guard spot. They got a solid backcourt, man. So Indiana is good, and TJ McConnell is one of the pieces that makes them good. You know, he's very solid, man. So if Colette would become TJ McConnell, he'd be very successful. He'd be very successful if he could become TJ McConnell. But that ain't a given. TJ's for real, you know. TJ's for real. Good afternoon, Richard Williams. That's right. All right. So yeah, TJ's for real. But yeah, so I'm not the trading of Julius Randle. Any talk of that? Let me just repeat it for the people that just came in. Okay, so for y'all that heard it already, bear with me. The Knicks are not interested in trading Julius Randle. Let me say it again. The Knicks are not interested in trading Julius Randle. And anybody that implies, like Brian Wimback, or speaks about a possible Julius Randle trade, stink like a hot pile of German Shepherd doo-doo with worms in it. Anybody that implies or mentions any possibility of a Julius Randle trade stink worse than a 3-foot pile of German Shepherd doo-doo with worms in it, including Brian Wimback and anybody like that. And again, anybody that got any goddamn sense about basketball, NBA basketball, you're looking at a team in the New York Knicks that took 4 seasons to build. It took 4 seasons to build that team. And they're now on the cusp of being an NBA title contender. And somebody has the nerve to talk about taking one of the key pieces of that build and trading it. Yeah. There's only one player in the NBA that we would have a discussion about trading for Julius Randle. That's Giannis. And if you think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to trade Giannis Antetokounmpo for Julius Randle, ooh, nah, I'm not trading for Jaren Jackson Jr. Look at how many games Jaren Jackson Jr. misses and get back to me. Nah. Nah. He missed too many games for my blood. He was once Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, Paolo. Okay. But again, I'm talking about realistic trades, not NBA 2K. Diamond Holes. You know very well there's no way in hell Orlando Magic will be trading Paolo Banchero for anybody, much less Julius Randle. They're not doing that. Oh, yeah, he's good. Jaren Jackson Jr. could ball. He was Defensive Player of the Year. But he get hurt too much, man. He get hurt too much, man. He get hurt too much. No, that's not true, Andrew. I'm going to disagree. Not top 20. It'd have to be top 5 to trade Julius Randle. I'm not trading him for anybody less than top 5. And it's got to be a front court top 5. So you're talking about, Giannis, Paolo, I'm not trading him for anything less than that. I'm not. You got a piece, you got chemistry piece that's going to the championship. You don't remove that for anybody unless you're getting something like a Giannis. No. Zion, okay, I'll tell you what. When Zion gets under 280 and can play more than 50 games, we could talk about Zion. See, this is what I'm saying. We're dealing with the serious money right now. It's a bonus. We dealing with the serious money right now. We dealing with trying to get this chip. Okay? We dealing with serious business, man. When Zion can play more than 50 games and get under 280, man, nah, I want him under 270. Then we could talk about, I'm not trading him for Anthony Ambulance. Hell no. I'm keeping Juju. I'm not trading him for Sabonis. Bonus. No. There's nobody out there, bro, that you're going to, He better be slimmed down, and then he got to play more than 50 games. I'm not taking a chance on that brother. He ain't showing me he could stay healthy for a whole season yet. Zion Williamson, right? I don't care. Let's say I want to see him play more than 50 games. Next year, talk about it, right? Next year. But this year, hell no. Only Giannis. Giannis is the only dude, Paolo Banchero or Giannis. Okay, you talk about them two cats. Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're dealing with Giannis or Paolo, all right, I can't argue with that. But you really think Orlando giving up Paolo for anything? Hell no. Paolo is that guy, man. Future MVP is Paolo Banchero. We're not talking about all-star, all-NBA. No, you're talking about MVP conversation with that young man. MVP. Okay? You don't, no. Yeah, Paolo Banchero, man. Paolo is that dude, man. I mean, 6'10", can handle the rock, can shoot the three, can rebound the ball, can defend multiple positions. Yup. That's him, baby. Paolo. There's only 2 players we talking about. Paolo and Giannis. That's it. That really is it. That's it. And neither of them cats are realistic trade options, right? I think we can agree. If you're talking about that trade being able to happen or somebody saying this might happen, and I know them people on serious crack. I mean, serious crack. And they've been living in the street on crack and smelling like a big, tall pile of German Shepherd doo-doo with worms in it. Please. That's what I'm saying, man. Now, let's leave that juju stuff alone, okay? Leave that alone, man. Leave that alone. That's what I'm talking about. Leave that alone, please. Leave that alone. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna tell you, Paolo Banchero, right now, is better than Julius Randle, and that's saying something. I'm not lying, and I love Juju. I'm not trading Juju, okay? But Paolo Banchero is better than him right now. I know people are gonna trip on that, but I can't front. I can't front. Paolo, I've seen this boy up front, close and personal. Three or four different games I've seen him. He amazes me, man. Watching him play in person, he is a problem. He is a problem, man. And that's why Orlando is a problem, because Franz Wagner is the perfect up-and-coming second fiddle. Perfect. And Jalen Suggs, he also. And then you got the nerve to get Paolo Banchero. Man. See, that's the thing, Diamond Holdings. That's the thing. He's not even close to his prime. I mean, he's not even in the vicinity of prime yet. That's the scary thing. And I'm serious. I mean, Paolo got, I want to say 3 years before he hit his prime, right? Let me just look up Paolo. He got about 3 years before he hit his prime. Let me just see here. Paolo. Oh, hell no. Paolo going to be 22 in November. Paolo got 5 more years before he even sniffs the prime. 4. And let me tell you, let me make a prediction. Before he turns 27, he'll win an MVP. That's how good this boy is, unless he gets hurt now. Before he turns 27, he'll win an MVP. That's how good he is, okay? This boy, some cats are just that good, period. You can't, it wouldn't be fair to compare any other rookies to him or any other guys like him. Somebody said, well, Paolo could do it. That's like saying, yeah, Jordan could do it. That don't mean nothing. You mean? It's not fair. Paolo could ball. Paolo's that guy, okay? Now, I do, Joe Curry. I'm not telling. In the next 5 years, that boy's going to be an MVP. There's no doubt about it. That's how good he is, man. And Wemby's a step behind him. Wemby has got, when you're looking at Victor Wembanyama, you are looking at potential. And it's real. The potential is real. He showed that in his rookie year. The potential of Victor is real, okay? But he's still got a couple of seasons, to bring something out. Let me tell you. You think Orlando ends up top 5 in the East without Paolo Banchero? They was riding top 3 in the East for a minute last year. I'm telling y'all, man. I seen Precious Achiuwa draped all over that boy. I'm telling you. And Precious got a 7-foot wingspan. And Precious is all a 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. And Precious was draped all over that boy. And he was knocking down threes like Precious wasn't even there. I was like, yo. And he big and strong too? Hell, man. What? Nah. I ain't. And somebody said it in here. I don't know which one of y'all was. The biggest threat to the Knicks position in the East is Orlando. I'm telling you right now. And that depends on Orlando's health. I'm not real big into the KCP trade signing. All right. Caldwell Pope is good. Okay, all right, I'll give it to you. But to me, they don't need him. They just need Suggs, Franz Wagner, and Paolo. And then they need a nice Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter season. And I'm talking about, when I talk about nice, I'm talking about something that, that's more than 60 games. If they can get 60 games out of Wendell Carter and they can get 50 or 60 games out of Jonathan Isaac with the team they got, that's all they need. The Caldwell Pope, okay, I'm not saying he ain't, but they could get where they're getting without him. That's all I'm saying to you. They're good enough to get wherever they're getting without Kentavious Caldwell Pope. They could get there or not. It's good that he's there, but yeah, but to me, Orlando is the biggest threat to the Knicks. Yeah. Orlando is the biggest threat to the Knicks. Them young boys, and they're all young, Franz Wagner is 24, 25. Paolo is going to be 22. What? That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Scary, those cats, man. They're scary, So, yeah. Well, you got to be fair, though. The Knicks, I'm going to tell you honestly, are the better team. But it's like you're playing with a baby leopard. eventually that ball gonna grow up. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks are the grown leopard. They the grown lion. They got the territory. They grown. But don't sleep on Orlando. They coming, man. Them young boys coming. And in the future, it's gonna be Orlando and the Knicks, with Boston in the future. So nah, Paolo is that dude. I ain't got to see no more to know that. I'm not even like counting Paolo's future development, that's what's scary about it. He's at this moment, as we're sitting here, he's better than Julius Randle. Right now, as we're sitting here, he's better. He's a better basketball player than Julius Randle. And I'm not trying to down Juju. I love Juju, and I wouldn't trade nobody for Juju. But I'd be lying if I ain't tell you the truth. Paolo is that dude, man. See, Juju is all NBA and an all-star, right? I mean, he's already proven that. Juju ain't got to prove to us he's all NBA. He's been all NBA twice, right? And he's an all-star. He's been an all-star 3 times. So we know he's all NBA and all-star. He's a great player. Julius Randle's a great basketball player. But what I'm talking about is an MVP guy. That's different. There's great ball players. And then there's MVPs. That's different. Y'all should know what I'm talking about, right? That's different. There's great ball players. Jimmy Butler's a great ball player. He's a great basketball player. Okay? At the 3 spot, great basketball player. Michael Jordan's an MVP. See what I'm saying? There's a difference. Okay? There's great ball players, and then there's MVPs. Some guys get the P and don't really deserve it, in my opinion. Like Joel Embiid, the year he got it, I thought the Joker should have got it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the Joker is an MVP. He's an MVP, right? So, and the real legit MVP. Now, Bam Adebayo, great basketball player. He's a great basketball player. Bam Adebayo is a great basketball player. But the Joker is an MVP. Y'all hear me? That's what I'm saying. So Julius Randle's a great basketball player. There's no doubt. He's a great basketball player. Paolo Banchero is a future MVP. That's what we're talking about. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But to say that the Joker is better than Bam is no slight on Bam, right? That's not saying Bam can't ball. Bam is a great basketball player. He really is. But you're talking about an MVP. That's different, man. That's different. Okay? Anthony Davis, a great basketball player. But Giannis is an MVP. See what I'm saying? AD is a great ball player, great talent. Really. But Giannis is an MVP. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, great patient too. That's right. But, that's what I'm saying. So Juju is a great ball player, but Paolo, I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, he's going to be an MVP. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be an MVP. That boy is good. He's really good. Yeah, well, obviously Nash shouldn't deserve that second MVP. That second MVP should have been J Kidd's MVP. That was the biggest robbery I've seen in a minute. That was the biggest robbery I've seen since Sweet Pea Whitaker beat that Mexican dude and they didn't give him the fight. Y'all know the one I'm talking about? Sweet Pea Whitaker made that Mexican dude look like he couldn't see nothing. And then they gave the fight to Chavez, whatever that fool was. That was like giving Nash that MVP. It's like, what? That was J Kidd's MVP. Should have been Jason Kidd. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kidd was ridiculous, man. Because that Nets team that went to the finals, what did they have? They had Kidd. What else did they have? I wonder who they had. Did they have Vince Carter on that team? No, I don't think he was there then. They had J Kidd, Richard Jefferson. And I wouldn't even say Richard Jefferson was a great ball player. He was a really good ball player. He's in the league. Martin, again, Kmart, really good ball player. I would never mistake him for an all NBA ball player. Okay, he wasn't all NBA. So you had J. Kidd, Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, right? And they go to the finals. J. Kidd was ridiculous, man. He was ridiculous. In his prime, see, the Knicks got him way past his prime. Way past his prime. But when he was in his prime, you don't mess with him. That's what I'm saying. They robbed that brother of the MVP. He should have got the P. But Kerry Kittles from Villanova. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on. That was a big highway robbery. I couldn't believe he didn't get it. And Shaq got it one year, and Shaq said, this is J. Kidd's MVP. They gave it to Shaq one of them years that J. Kidd should have got. Yeah, I don't know, man. So anyway, when they gave it to Embiid, I was like, somebody called it a pity MVP, and I have to agree with that. That year that they gave it to Joel Embiid, that should have been the Joker's third MVP, because the Joker was clearly, in my opinion, the best basketball player on planet Earth that year. It was clearly, wasn't even close. So that's what I'm saying. So Paolo Banchero is a future MVP. That's the way I'm looking at him. The boy is really, 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 really good. Okay, no period, no joke, no. Yeah, so no joke. Yeah, so yeah, no. But yeah, so the Orlando Magic are going to be a threat in the East. Okay. And I wouldn't put nothing past them. They really have come a long way real fast. Yeah. Shaq is from New Jersey. And it appears to me that ever since he come out of Jersey, he hated the Knicks. Even before he went to LSU, he hated the Knicks. So I don't know what the problem was, but he always had a problem with the Knicks. He was from New Jersey. His stepfather was in the service, and they was in New Jersey most of his time growing up. He moved around a lot. And for some reason, he really, I don't know, maybe somebody beat him up when he was young. I don't know what happened, but he always hated New York and hated the Knicks. He was never somebody that even liked the New York Knicks. So it's been that way before he ever went pro. When he was still coming to LSU, he hated the Knicks. So it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, he loved Ewing. And that seemed to be the case. Like Jordan loved Ewing. Shaq loved Ewing. Ewing had mad respect around the league. Mad respect. And he should, you know. But as far as playing for the Knicks, nobody wanted to come here and play. You know. Like somebody was asking me today, like, there was a time, and y'all remember, when the Knicks were a championship contender, and the only question was, could they get by Chicago? That was the only question. Whether they can win it all was no question. The question was, could they get by Chicago? That was the question. And Chicago had enough sense to get Pippen to pair him with Jordan. The Knicks never did that. The Knicks never did that. And at that time, when Ewing was balling like that, they should have went all in to get somebody to pair with him. They got a whole bunch of like fourth and third options. They didn't get like that next guy. Like at the time, imagine if the Knicks would have got Chris Mullin or Mitch Richmond or Tim Hardaway Jr., you know, not Jr., but Tim Hardaway, the father, in his prime. Imagine if they'd have got one of them with Ewing in his prime. That's what I'm saying. Like if Bernard King didn't get hurt, we would have no discussion about this. We'd be talking about, we'd be seeing another banner up there. If Bernard King didn't get hurt. Okay, if Bernard King didn't get hurt, there would have been another banner up there. Okay, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, especially they went and drafted Mark Jackson in 87, 86, 87. They drafted Mark Jackson. That's what I'm saying. So that would have been crazy. And the X-Man only stayed here one. You know, Xavier McDaniel only played for the Knicks for one season, just one season. And even he don't know why they didn't re-sign him. That's what I'm saying. That Knicks management, we got a management now, y'all. We got a real management right now, you know. So we got a real management right now. So we got our best shot. This time, there's no Chicago Bulls. That, you know, there's the Boston Celtics, you know, Denver, Minnesota, that you might say, oh, can the Knicks get by these guys? But that's a question. You know, the Knicks could get by any of them, okay? Yeah, Knicks management was bad. It was really bad, man. It was really bad. There was, more years than not, the Knicks management was bad. More years than not. So the fact that we got what we got right now, we should. That's what I'm saying. Anybody coming on my channel talking about the Knicks are overrated or they're not, I don't want to hear it. Then I've seen too much. The Knicks have a tremendous management team, a tremendous scouting department, tremendous coaching and assistant coaching, and they built the roster according to Thibs what he wanted. So they're really good. They're really good. So they really got something going this year. It's really top to bottom. It's really top to bottom. They really did a tremendous job. And this is the 5th year, right? So Leon Rose's 5th year, Tom Thibodeau's 5th year. This is their 5th year, so, and Brunson, he's one of those cats, man. You try to sleep on him, he'll make you pay for that. Don't sleep on him. He is I would consider Jalen Brunson a legit MVP candidate. I really do. He's a legit MVP candidate. And that right there is a lot. You see, it's a Juju. You got Juju, who is all NBA, all-star. And you got Brunson, who's a legit MVP candidate with a chip on his shoulder, wanting to bring the championship to New York City. Yeah, he's a legit MVP candidate. So, and now they got the nerve to go get both Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. Oh my gosh, man. Woo, man. Joe Curry, please stop. Don't. We got our team, Joe Curry. There's no more trades to make. It's time to put the trade machine down. Leave it alone. Leave the trades alone. Let's roll with what we got. Sometimes you got to go to battle with the soldiers you got. And you can't expect perfection of the roster. Stop it. We got what we need. That's right. Unplug the trade machine. Let's go to battle. It's time to put them helmets on, put them boots on, put them boots on the ground, go to war with what you got. That's what we got to do right now. Forget trades. Forget the fantasy, forget trades. Put the boots down on the ground, get the helmet on, load up the gats, go to war what you got. That's what you got to do. Yeah, so we good. We good, man. We good. Speaking of that, the two to me, in fact, let me take a poll. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. All right, here we go. I ain't gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna put it up there. Hang on. And I'm gonna put first names because y'all are fans. Y'all know the names of these guys. Wait a minute. Biggest surprise now. This is the biggest surprise. Like you're not expecting. Okay, this is what you're not expecting. Yeah. All right, y'all ready? Here you go. What player will be the biggest surprise for the Knicks this season? And you got 4 choices: Precious Achiuwa, Jericho Sims, Tyler Kolek, or Deuce McBride. You got 4 choices: Precious Achiuwa, Jericho Sims, Tyler Kolek, or Deuce McBride. You got 4 choices. Which player will be the biggest surprise, pleasant surprise for the Knicks this coming season? I'm gonna let this ride for a minute because we only got 19 votes for, so I'm gonna let it ride for a minute and see what y'all come up with. Who's gonna be because in my view, I think it's gonna be Jericho. I think Jericho is kind of in a position to surprise us this year because of 2 reasons. Because if they are able to play him and Precious together, I think Jericho will prosper with that. Last year, right? Let me just go back and see that for Jericho. Because for Jericho and Precious, they play very well together, man. If you look at the stats with them in the lineups together, right? This is just, and it's new because last season was the first season they would have had a chance to play together. So with Precious and Jericho together, right? Sims, Achua, Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Hart played 63 minutes together, and they were plus 21. Sims, McBride, Hart, DiVincenzo, and Achua played 40 minutes together, and they were plus 15. Okay, so Precious with Jericho plays good, and a couple of the lineups that I just named, like for example, let me ask you: do y'all think there'll be times this season where you'll see a lineup of Precious Achua, Jericho Sims, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson? Let me say it again. Do you think there'll be times where you'll see Precious Achua, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and Jericho Sims? Is that a realistic lineup that you might see? Yeah, is that a realistic lineup that you might see at some point during the course of the season? And I think, yeah, and I think it's going to be more than the 60 minutes they play. How about this one? Do you think you'll see a lineup with Precious Achua, Jericho Sims, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and Deuce McBride? If you think that that's a possible, because right there you're talking about, there's your bench pieces right there with Jericho. There's your rotation with Jericho, and that's plus 15. That's plus 15. Okay, so what I'm saying is, this is Jericho's opportunity to really, the fact that all of us are hoping we can get at least 60 games out of Mitchell Robinson, which means that you're going to have 22 games where Jericho Sims is starting. If we could get that kind of production, it's his chance right now. And I'm pulling for him because you and I, we all know Jericho, this is his fourth season. He came in just with Deuce. And I'm pulling for him. And I would like to see him take full advantage of the minutes he's going to get. And I think with him and Precious playing minutes together, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. So so far, I think y'all are agreeing with me. There's 48 votes so far. We're going to let it ride, but most of y'all are agreeing that I think Jericho is going to be the biggest surprise, this year. I think he's going to really, and I'm not expecting like all-star performance, but I think he's going to be pretty good, man. I think he's going to be pretty good. I'm not saying, only reason I'm not saying Precious is because I'm expecting Precious to get regular minutes and to ball out in his regular minutes that he's going to get. I'm expecting him to do that. So that wouldn't be a surprise to me. To see Precious ball and lock up players and get boards and score in the paint, I'm not surprised at that. I would expect that from him. I really thought coming into the trade, I told y'all he was Oakman 2.0. I've been saying it, and I still think that. So I'm not surprised at that. But Jericho hardly gets consistent minutes. He just doesn't. Okay. And his minutes this year are not going to be real consistent, but they're going to be the most consistent he's ever had. Okay. So we'll see. But I think Jericho is due to come up big for us this year. And I'm all for it, man. I'm waiting for that. I think, yeah. Right, exactly. And Kolik's not going to play. And that's right. Deuce is not going to sneak up on anybody this year. Precious won't either. That's correct. I agree with you, J-Cho. But Jericho is going to. He's going to get an opportunity to. And I think he will. And I'm really pulling for him to that Joe Curry, that's a good comparison. I think Busher was a little bit bigger, but yeah, that's a good comparison. He's comparing him to Dave DeBusschere. But I like the young Taj Gibson. I think the young Taj, not Taj Gibson that we've been seeing, past 35. But I'm talking about 25-year-old Taj Gibson on Chicago is a lot like, he's a lot like, Precious is a lot like him. The 25-year-old Taj, and he's going to play a very similar role for Tom Thibodeau. Yeah, he's going to play a very similar role that young Taj Gibson played, is Precious Achiuwa for Tom Thibodeau. And that's why I like this opportunity, because if Precious does what I think he's going to do, he's going to be just as much a favorite with Tom Thibodeau as Taj Gibson was. Okay. And so I think it's this is a good opportunity for Precious to show what he could do as well. Yeah. So most of y'all agree. We've got 56 votes so far, and Jericho's 57%. Precious is 21. Kolek is 9, and Deuce is 12. But yeah, Jericho, I definitely agree that Jericho is going to have opportunity to be our surprise guy. And you may not see it right away. So if it's not in the first 10 games, don't trip. But I think over time, like 30 games, 40 games, I think you'll see it. Jericho is going to get a chance to ball a little bit. And I'm glad for him. I hope he does, man. I hope he does. Yeah, I hope he does. Yeah. I hope Jericho gets a chance. I think he will surprise us, though. I think he will, man. I think y'all are right. I agree with y'all. We're all on the same page with that. We're all on the same page. So we talk now. Anybody that would call themselves a fan of the New York Knicks. I'm not talking about Brooklyn Nets fans, Philadelphia 76ers fans, or Boston Celtics fans, or LA Laker fans. I'm talking about anybody that would call themselves a fan of the New York Knicks should have nothing negative to say about their team this year. Nothing. Nothing. This team is put together. The biggest threat to the Knicks is injuries. That's it. And again, I should make this a poll, but I'm not going to yet. But let me ask y'all a question. Let's say Juju does not get hurt last year. Let's say he plays the whole season without injury last year. Do the Knicks beat Indiana and go to the Eastern Conference Final? If Juju does not get hurt, I'm not even talking about OG. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Juju. If Juju does not get hurt, do they beat Indiana and go to the Eastern Conference Final? Yes. Now, whether they beat the Celtics or not, I don't know. But I'm telling you, because if Juju doesn't get hurt, he plays 32 to 35 minutes. That gives Precious more rest and more time. It kind of reverberates down the whole line. Everybody gets a little bit more time because Juju's playing heavier minutes. That's what I'm saying. And that's just one guy. Okay? I don't want to be presumptuous, but if we had a healthy Mitchell Robinson, a healthy OG Anunoby, and a healthy Julius Randle, I think the Knicks go to the finals last year. I think they go to the finals last year. Okay? I think they do. Okay? If they have all three of those guys healthy. And so really the only weakness for the Knicks, and look, people talk about, well, it drives me crazy. Weakness at the point guard. If you are playing Deuce McBride, you're not losing games because Deuce McBride is getting 30 minutes. You're not doing that. Okay, Deuce is not going to cost you a game. All right. So the weakness is injury. If you don't have OG, if you don't have Mitch Rob, if you don't have Juju, that's your weakness. That's your weakness. That's your weakness right there. That's your only weakness on this team. Okay, is the possibility of injury. And that's why I'm saying I would like to see Juju get 30 minutes a game, 30, 32. I'll be happy with that. I would like to see Mitch Rob play 25, 28 minutes. That 25 to 28. That's it. I'm good with that. I would like to see OG play no more than 28 minutes a game. If we can do that, we could win it all, y'all. We could real close to winning it all. Well, the way I look at it, let's add it up because Andrew Kim's answering good. How many minutes for the benchmark? Okay, there's two ways I look at this as far as the minutes distribution for the Knicks. Now, I think all of us know, right? For the whole 5 players on either team, the max minutes is 240. Why do I say that? That's 48 minutes per position times 5 positions. That's 240 minutes. So there's a maximum limit for the team of minutes, and it's 240. Okay? First, I'm going to take it the very simple, easy scenario. Okay? because you're going to have some play more, obviously some play less. But let's say of the starters, the 5 starters average 30 minutes a game, just on the average. And so you have 150 minutes from the starters. That means you still have 90 minutes to distribute from 4 bench players, right? And so if you're distributing 90 minutes for 4 bench players, you're getting from those 4 bench players 22 and a half minutes each. That's for the even distribution, which we know is not going to happen, but that's just giving you a ballpark figure of what you're looking at in terms of minutes, right? So you have 240 minutes. If the 5 starters, because like Mitch Rob shouldn't be averaging more than 28, 27. Juju hopefully doesn't, neither does OG, but we know that both McCall, Bridges, and Brunson will play more. But I'm just saying, if you have an average of 30 minutes a player, your starting unit's 150 minutes, and then that's 90 minutes for your bench, and you're talking about 22 and a half minutes. And again, the bench is not going to be that even either, because Josh Hart's going to play more minutes. We know that. Josh Hart's going to play more, and some people are going to play less. But that's what you're talking about. Now, let's try to bring it a little bit more realistic, okay? Because we know that, let's go by player. Brunson's going to average 35 minutes a game. Is that crazy if I said that? If I say Brunson's going to, he's not going to average more than that. I'm telling you, he's not. He might average a little less than that. But I'm going to be high on this one. Let's say Brunson averages 35 minutes a game. Okay, is that realistic? Is that okay? Okay, Brunson at 35, okay? Let's take McCall Bridges, MB. Let's take him at 35. He takes 35 minutes a game, okay? But let's be realistic. Let's take OG, 28. Let's take Mitch Rob, 25. And let's take Juju, 32. So we got 35, then you got 28, then you got 25, then you got, wait, no, that's not right. Then you got 32, 155. So there's 155 minutes for the starters. That leaves you 85 minutes for the bench, 85. Precious, whatever, if Mitch Rob is playing 25, Precious is playing 23. If Juju is playing 32, I'm going to give Hart at least 16, but he'll get more. Let's give them 16 to Deuce. And then we're going to have DiVincenzo is going to play at least 20. And how many we got there? So that's 40, 39, that's 59. And we still got 26. And that's right. So 26 for Hart. Thibs loves Hart. So I'm going to give 23 to Precious, 16 to Deuce, 20 to Devo, and 26 for Hart. And I'm giving Hart 26 because and I know Thibs loves to play that kid. He's going to play as many minutes as he wants. That's just Thibs' grandson, and and I know that's going to happen. So give or take. It's not going to be exact, but give or take. So that's the minutes that I see. 155 minutes for the starters, 85 minutes for the bench. Hart takes the lion's share of the bench minutes, followed by Precious. And then if you want to see Jericho, it's going to mean that Mitch Rob will play less. So if you want to see Jericho, it just means that Mitch Rob, instead of playing 25 minutes, he plays 20, okay? And you give that 5 minutes to Jericho, plus you throw maybe 5 minutes from Hart, and now you have Jericho at about 10, 11 minutes, and it still works, okay? That's how I would do it. See, so the bench unit is about 85 minutes. Starters about 155 minutes. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Give or take. It's not going to be exact, obviously, but give or take, that's where I'm thinking you will see as far as the minutes distribution. I would love, Jay Chill, I love the idea of playing Brunson 30 minutes. I love the idea. But the way Thibs does it is Brunson decides how many minutes Brunson plays. Thibs don't decide that. Brunson does. That is completely 100% under the control of Jalen Brunson. So we would like to see him play 30 minutes for his own sake and for the team's. But Jalen Brunson is a competitor. I think we all agree with that, right? Jalen Brunson's a tough, gritty competitor, and he wants to be on the court all the time. So I see 35 as the compromise. 35 is the compromise because him and Hart will play 48 a night if you let them. Okay, they will. But yeah. So yeah. That's the way I see the minutes. I see 155 for the starters, 85 for the bench, and the distribution depends on any given night. You know, some nights, like I gave Deuce 16, this night Deuce going to play 25 minutes and somebody's going to play less. That's just how it's going to go. Depends on any given night, you know. It happens the way it happens, you know. But if Brunson plays 30, that's great because to me that preserves Brunson, especially for fourth quarters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like that, Joker. Depending on the matchup, he's correct. That's right. So, you know, so I'd like to preserve Brunson for fourth quarters. Like, if possible, I'd play Brunson 5 minutes in the third, and then let Deuce run at the point for another 7, and then let Deuce start the fourth for like 2 minutes, and then bring Brunson back and let him run it out. That would give to me that would get him in the 30 range. I'd like to see that. That would be good. But I don't think that's going to happen. Brunson is too competitive. He's going to play more minutes than that. He's a competitive dude, man. And you love that about him, but you don't want to see him wear himself out, But I got you carrying the one organic. Hey, we missed you today at the range, my fanatic. We missed you at the range today, man. Me and Mana Prakash had a good time today at the range. We missed you over there. It was a lot of fun. When is Randle cleared to play? I haven't heard, but I remember the last time that Bagley reported it, he said he may not be ready for opening night, which indicates to me he may miss the first couple of games. Not a big deal, really, but he may miss the first couple of games. Yeah. I usually go on Sundays. I usually go to the gun range. Oh, okay. Hey, listen. You got to be with the fam, man. But we had some fun today. It was simple, though. I had 9, and Mana Prakash brought his 9. I brought my daddy's 44 Magnum out today, but I shot 38 special with it. And then I brought out my daddy's 357 6.5 inch Colt, and I shot 38 special with that. And we did about 200 rounds. Me and Mana Prakash did about 200 rounds today. It was a Colt. It's a Colt 357 Magnum. Yeah, it's a Colt 350. You talking about the Colt 45 1911. That's my next cat, quiet as kept. That's my next cat, quiet as kept. Colt 45 1911. Yeah, the semi-automatic, the 45. Yeah, oh yeah. We talking about that. You talking about that? Yeah. I brought it out today, but I didn't bring 44 Magnum cartridges. I brought 44 Special, which is a lot tamer than 44 Magnum. I just wanted to make sure the gun. I just got it back from Smith & Wesson last week, and I wanted to make sure it was working all right. So it was. It was good. It was good, man. We was tapping out today. There's not, Donald. There's no team in the league where the starters average. All right, now you're gonna get me looking. Now you're gonna get me checking. You shouldn't have done that because now I'm gonna check. All right, let me see now. Let's take a look at the Boston Celtics. Let me take a look at the Boston Celtics since he said no team in the league where the starters average. So what we're saying, though, just to make Donald have a clarity here, we're saying that the 150 minutes for the starting unit. So that's the average of 30. Doesn't mean they all played 30. But let's see. Let's take the Boston Celtics, the NBA champions. Let's take them. So we have Tatum, Brown, Holiday, White, and KP. All right? Let's see. Tatum, 36 minutes. Let me write this down. So I don't have my calculator in front of me. So Tatum, 36 minutes. Brown, 34 minutes. Holiday, 33 minutes. White, 33 minutes. And KP, 30 minutes. So what we got? This 70. This is 103, 136, 166. So the Celtics starters average 166 minutes. So in a 240-minute game, that would leave 74 minutes for the bench. That's right. So 74 minutes for the bench, 166 minutes. That's the Celtics, NBA champions. Let me see. What else? Let's take a look at who are we talking about? Let's take a look at who was next? Let's see. Philly. Philly wouldn't be good because everybody's hurt all the time. Let's say Cleveland. Let's take a look. No, Indiana. Let's take a look at Indiana. Let's take a look at Indiana. What are their situation? Let's take a look here. Indiana Pacers. Let's take a look, shall we, at the Indiana Pacers. All right, so let's see here. The Pacers. Miles Turner, 27 minutes. Tyrese Halliburton, 32 minutes. Aaron Nesmith, 28 minutes. Andrew Nembhard, 25 minutes. Pascal Siakam, 32 minutes. What do we got there? So you got 59 plus 28 is 87 plus 25 is 112 plus 32 is 144. So, all right. So right away, Donald D. Mitchell is full of crap because Indiana starters are at 144 minutes a game. So if you divide that by 5, 144 minutes, you're getting about 28 minutes a game. See? So to say nobody in the NBA does it is incorrect because a playoff team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals averaged 28 minutes a game for their starters. Right? That's less than 150. He just said nobody averages 30. Nobody in the league. That's not true. I just found out. Indiana did. Celtics play their guys more. They played 166 minutes, right? So Celtics guys average what? 35 minutes? 35 minutes, something like that? No, not that. Let me see. 166. I got to do this by hand. 33 minutes. So Celtics guys average 33 minutes a game. See? The Thunder, I can tell you right now, Thunder is less. The Thunder really distribute. The Thunder is the only team in the league, I think, that go with a 10-man rotation. So I can tell you right now, they're going to be less. Let's take a look. The Thunder starters, let's take a look. Thunder, let's take a look at them. Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, let me tell you here. Oklahoma City, let's take a look at them. Okay, so Chet Holmgren averaged 29 minutes a game. Josh Giddey averaged 25 minutes a game. Lou Dort averaged 28 minutes a game. We can already see we're below 30. SGA averaged 34 minutes a game. And Jalen Williams averaged 31. I think we're already going to be under 30. So let's see, 54 plus 28 is 82 plus 34 is 116 plus 31, 147. So the Oklahoma City Thunder's starters average 147 minutes a game, which is less than 30. See, so Donald, before we start talking, we should know what we're talking about before we start talking. Okay, we should know what we're talking about before we start saying what no team does. Like no team does it. Out of the 3 teams we looked at, I just seen 2 of them, playoff teams, average less than 30 minutes a game for their stars. Okay, so yeah, that's not a true statement, Donald. The true statement is it can be done. All right. And as far as the Knicks, let's take a look at the Knicks. Before everybody got hurt, so let's take a look at our team with our regular starters last year. When they did play, what were their average? What do y'all think? What were the starters averaging last year before they all got hurt, including Juju, who only played 46 games? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. So Juju averaged 35 minutes a game. Brunson averaged 35 minutes a game. Anunoby, he only played 30. He wasn't there most of the year, but Josh Hart averaged 33 minutes a game. Oh, we got, this is RJ Barrett. We still got RJ in there. How are we going to do this? Hartenstein averaged 25 minutes a game. Dante averaged 29 minutes a game. Because I can't count. I know he only played 23 games. I can't even count him. So 70, 103, 128. $157. So for the Knicks, that is Julius, Brunson, Hart, Dante, and Hartenstein. They averaged 157 minutes. 157 minutes. So that would leave 78 minutes for the bench. 78. Okay. It's not crazy to think the Knicks, like I said, I just used average numbers. I'm thinking the Knicks starting unit will average about 32 minutes a game and will end up being about 160 minutes. And that will leave 80 minutes for the bench unit. That's about what I'm thinking. Yeah. I don't think Brunson and Randle are going to do 35 minutes this year. I can't see that for both of them. You know, McCall is going to be out there. And they shouldn't be playing OG that many minutes for sure. Last year with the Knicks, the 23 games that OG did play, he averaged 35 minutes. Now, you and I know there is no way in hell they're going to play OG and it'll be 35 minutes this year. Thibs ain't going to do it. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Okay? It ain't going to happen. I'm thinking, like I said, 32 will be pushing it. To me, anytime you're going over 30 minutes a game with OG and Anunoby, you're looking for trouble. You're looking for trouble. Okay? Looking for trouble. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. So if Juju misses the first 4 games, what do you think? I think Thibs turns to Josh Hart as his starter. Right? Am I right about that? I mean, I would start Precious, but I'm telling you, if Juju misses games, like if he misses the first 4 games of the season, Josh Hart starts. That's just how it's going to be. Now, but you know, I mean, really, Jay Sniper, who's he really going to start though? Right? I mean, right? We have our druthers, right? But really, he's going to start Josh Hart. I mean, we all know that. If Juju misses 4 games, Josh Hart is starting 4 games. That's exactly what's going to happen, man. We know it. Now, if Mitch Rob doesn't start, Jericho Sims will start. But I'm talking about the 4 spot. Thibs is convinced that Josh Hart is a 4. And he's going to put him out there at the 4. Even if that happens, though, I still see OG Anunoby playing the actual 4. And Josh Hart playing the actual 2. Because you really want Mikal Bridges at the 3. Ooh, that'd still be a good lineup, though. Shoot. But we'll see. I haven't heard anything about update from Ian about Juju and his status as far as opening night. Yeah. Whenever Robinson is not starting, which I'm hoping is not more than 22 games, you're going to get Jericho Sims for 22 games. No, see, organic, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about Thibs, and you're talking about his favorite boy. I mean, outside of, I haven't seen him favor anybody the way he has favored Emmanuel Quickly, except Josh Hart. He loves Josh Hart. It's like he loves Quickly even more. Like somebody's out, Josh Hart is the starter, period. That's the way it works with this guy. So, you know, that's how they do it. I mean, so we can all have what we'd like to see, but if you're being realistic and it's Thibs, Josh Hart is starting. Come on. You know it and I know it. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I may not want Josh Hart to be the starter in that scenario, but it doesn't matter what I want. Thibs will put Josh Hart in as the starter. That's Thibs. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Ooh, is that right, Michael Drake? I heard the Jets beat the 49ers today. Did I read that right? The Jets beat the 49ers today? That's a big win. But you're talking about the Giants stomping on the getting stomped on by the Vikings? Man, that's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, that's not. That's no good. That's no good. Yeah. The Bills are from New York, and that's about as close as I get to watching them. Yeah, right. I hear you, Pixar Timmy. I hear you. Uh, yeah, I'm always gonna be loyal to Big Blue, man. They could suck. I'm still gonna be loyal to Big Blue. Yeah, Big Blue is my team regardless. They could stink, they could be good. I'm still gonna be with the Giants. Well, Donald, you said no team in the NBA plays their starters 150 minutes or less. That's what you said. No team in the NBA averages 30 minutes a starter. That's what you said. My point to you is that's a false statement. And both the Celtics, what we do, we looked at Orlando. No, who did we look at? We looked at Orlando. I think we looked at, well, we looked at two teams. We looked at Oklahoma City and Orlando or somebody, and they both average under 150 minutes for their starters. So, yeah, that's not a true statement. And that's all we went to. We could have found more probably if we went and looked and found more. So yeah, it was Boston. Boston and who we looked at three teams. Boston averaged more. Boston was 166. But we looked at OKC and there was another team we looked at. Was it Cleveland? Who else we looked at? Or Orlando? We looked at another team. And that's what we found. Yeah. Donald, let me say this to you. Are you ready? No team in the NBA playoffs, the top 16 teams do not play more than 10 guys. Most of them play 9 guys. The top 16 teams in the league don't play more than 10 guys. And most of them play 9 guys. That's common. That's no surprise. Okay, that's a common thing. It is also common that a lot of teams don't play more than 150 minutes with their starters. Oh, it was Indiana. Thank you, Ms. Stevenson. We looked at Indiana. We looked at Indiana, who was in the conference finals with Boston, and we looked at Oklahoma City. Indiana averaged 144 minutes for their starters. Oklahoma City averaged 147 minutes for their starters. Neither of them was over 30. That's right. Thank you, Ms. Stevenson. I don't know what the Heat, and actually I don't care. All I'm saying is it's possible for the Knicks starters to average 150 minutes. Last year, they averaged 157 minutes. The Knicks starters averaged 157 minutes a game. So, so it's possible for them to get, go down to 150. It's possible. I don't think they exceed 157 though. The 157 they did last year, I don't think they're going above that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're going above that. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. Just be careful when you say no team in the NBA does X, Y, or Z. That's not true. It's a nice number, organic. I have to agree with you. It's a very nice number. It's a lovely number. It's a lovely number. I have to agree with you. It's a lovely number. A lovely one. Yeah, it's up. And again, the minutes for Brunson is totally up to Brunson. So Brunson decides how many minutes Brunson will play. Thibs leaves that up to him. Brunson is his own coach. And that should be the case. So he plays whatever minutes he feels like playing. Okay. He plays whatever minutes he feels like playing. Yeah, so it is what it is. But I wouldn't be surprised. And when I say average 30 minutes per starter, of course, you're going to get some that's going to play more, and you're going to get some that's going to be less. So, for example, between Mitchell Robinson and Jalen Brunson, I expect 60 minutes. 35 for Brunson, 25 per minute. You see what I'm saying? So now that's 60 minutes. That's an average of 30. Okay. For Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, it's going to be very similar. I'm expecting OG to be under 30 and Mikal to be over 30. So that he may average 30. See? So, yeah. It's very possible to keep the Knicks starters at 150 or less. You know, if other teams have to do it, they certainly can. And then you got the bench power that you can play 85, 80 minutes if you need to. That's no problem. You know, so I think we're good. I think we're good. We'll be good, y'all. We'll be good. We'll be good. Jericho, we have decided by vote that Jericho will be the surprise player for the Knicks this year. We have decided that by vote. Isn't that correct? Didn't we decide that, Knicks Nation? I think we did. I'm not just saying that. I think we decided as a group of fans that Jericho Sims will be our surprise player this year. And yes, we're all pulling for Big Jericho to do his thing. All pulling for that. Yeah. We're all pulling for that. So, next time, organic. We're going to come back to that outdoor range in October when it's not raining so much and there's no swamp and mosquitoes out there. So we'll come back there. And then meantime, we'll be indoors again. Okay? We'll be doing that. But listen, the rest of y'all, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. My cousin's getting married next weekend. I'm gonna be in the DMV next weekend because my cousin's getting married next weekend. So I'm gonna be hanging out in the DMV. Me and my wife flying down on Thursday night. And so we'll probably do this. We're probably gonna do our thing anyway. But you know, we'll be doing it on location in either Maryland or Virginia next week by the grace of the Most High. So we'll be back. Nothing much going on this week, so you may not hear from me. Yeah, man, we got a ton of rain, Guilford. I mean, we got a ton of rain. It was crazy. The rain was pouring most of the day yesterday and last night and even this morning. Nah, we ain't going to do that, Jason. We ain't going to do that. That's the last thing I need. That's the last thing I need. But yeah, we just floating down there. My cousin getting married. And he's marrying a Filipina, man. And so I told her, I said, you know, we're going to be fam, so you better hook a brother up when we get ready to go to the Philippines and check y'all out. Yeah, get ready to do this thing. Shalom to y'all, though. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's go Knicks. Shalom.